Yep.
Hello, tiny people, so very far away once again. Is your classmate Cole, and I'm here with my friend Joanna, who is the main contact of tourism in Australia, which includes Victoria, and she tries to promote the tourism. So, I'm going to be asking her 3 questions and then a question about her job. About Melbourne, which is the place I am recording from right now. So, my first question: if you had two days in Melbourne, what would you do and what would you see?
If I had 2 days in Melbourne, I would definitely spend a day getting to know the city. We have a very European city that's got some beautiful architecture in it. We're very famous for our laneways, so which are like our small streets, which have a lot of our cool shops and restaurants and bars, etc. So I would spend some time wandering around the city and looking at those shops and the restaurants, etc., art galleries, etc. And then I would go outside of Melbourne, maybe down to Phillip Island to see our little penguin colony, or maybe down the Great Ocean Road, which is a beautiful coastline of Victoria, or maybe out to the Yarra Valley to see Hillsville Sanctuary, where there's a zoo that's dedicated to Australian animals and conserving Australian animals. So that's what I would do if I had 2 days in Melbourne.
And I'm sorry, but we went to the penguin thing yesterday, but we can't take photos of the penguins. It freaks them out, and there's a flash in the area. And do you have any favorite animals in the area?
Well, being from Victoria, and the penguins are native to here, the little penguins, so I would definitely have to rate the little penguins. But from Australia also, I do love wombats, which are just big balls of fur that just sort of sloth around and don't do much, but they're very cute.
I've got to say, I love platypus, but I've never been able to see them.
No, they're very hard to see.
My second question is do you have any fun facts about Melbourne?
Yeah, there's lots of fun facts about Melbourne. Mainly, well, the first one is that with our tram network, which is like our cable cars, we have the biggest tram network in the world. And that's how a lot of people get around the city and get to and from work. We were named the world's most livable city last year by the Global Economic Intelligence Unit. We were in the at the height of the gold rush in the 1850s. We were the richest city in the world, and a lot of our grand buildings that we have in Melbourne were built on the success of the gold rush. We're also the #1 sporting city in the world, according to Forbes magazine recently, because we have a lot of very cool sporting events here in Melbourne. And approximately 40% of Melburnians were born overseas. So we're born outside of Australia, so it's a very multicultural city.
And can you tell us which is the dominant race here? Like the most popular?
Traditionally most people have come to Melbourne from the UK, from the British Isles, but because we're part of Asia, we're just on the edge of Asia, more and more people are coming from, say, China and Singapore, Malaysia. So we do have very popular Chinatown in Melbourne. It's actually the world's oldest because it started when the gold rush started here in the 1850s.
Okay, so my last question is, so what do you sort of do in your job?
I promote Melbourne and Victoria to the North American consumer market, so people from the USA like yourselves, or from Canada as well. I also look after New Zealand as well. So we have offices around the world that are dedicated to promoting people to travel to Victoria and to Melbourne. And we have one in Los Angeles and one in Auckland in New Zealand, and I work with those offices to make sure that we get the word out about how beautiful our city and our state is, and that people should definitely come here.
And my very last question